Kidding. To begin, let's address the elephant in the room and talk
The
about
elephant in the room.
why pink.
Yeah,
For those
why
that
pink?
don't know, this is not the first time we've seen Godzilla be portrayed in a similar color palette. Going back to 1999-2000, Godzilla was featured with spiky dorsals with a purplish pink hue. Additionally,
Really?
this animal featured spikier skin as well as sharp, jagged dorsal plates. These subtle purple and pink hues can
Ugh, what
also
is
be seen
that?
if we go back in time to 1994, where we see Space Godzilla's crystallized formations contain these hues.
That is not
Almost 30
Godzilla.
years later, Godzilla will revisit this color palette in Godzilla Kong, but this isn't exactly why the G-Man is pink here. Now, before we begin to dish out theories, we'll drop a disclaimer here and state that the material mentioned in this episode is pure speculation
Pure
and should
speculation
not be
cannot be
considered canon to the MonsterVerse unless proven true after GXK is released. The best clues we have as to why Godzilla turned pink can be found here. You can't miss it. Pink hues embedded in
sure.
the ice can be clearly seen as Godzilla is frozen in the ice, evolving into a more powerful form. As per IGN's article released before the trailer, this pink
I'm pretty sure they're gonna explain why he's pink, like in the movie. So, like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be confirmed.
coloration, or better described as magenta-hued energy, is something that is not newly introduced in this film. Yes, we see a vast amount of pink-colored crystals in Hollow Earth caves, and we were introduced to plenty of pink-colored crystal structures in the trailer, but if we go back in time to the events of Godzilla vs. Kong, we'll notice an interesting detail. In this clip where Nathan Lind and company breached the Hollow Earth's veil leading
Whoa,
into
I've
the
never seen
vile
this.
vortex, we witnessed
Wait,
all
this is-
sorts of
this is the
coloration
other
appear on the
movie.
windshields of the Heaves.
Oh, yeah.
These were most likely some visual of magnetic or energetic
Yo,
currents that
I probably can't. I can't even say. I don't even know if I can say this on stream. But, well, actually, no. I'm gonna say it. So, when I watched Godzilla vs. Kong for the first time, I had to go to, let's say, non-official websites to watch it. And when I first watched it, you know, it was not official, and you know, it's honestly a funny story. I had to watch it on a site that's called what's the name for it? What's the word for it? Let's just say it has the letter X in it. It starts with the letter X, and I had to watch it on that site. Like there was literally a whole, like, however long the movie was, it had the whole full movie on that website. It starts with an X. I'm gonna let you figure that out.
were quickly bypassed by the Hollow Earth exploration craft. This phenomenon also occurred in Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. And what do we see here? Pink, indicating that this coloration, along with the blue color signature, could be one of the several energy forms found down here. Keep in mind that this is science fiction, so not everything will align with
Science
the
fiction.
actual science. However, an interesting takeaway from this is that the color signatures or hues seen so
Not official. Why do I think that sounds inappropriate? Let me be predicting the whole movie's plot. I bet Godzilla has a cave full of
far
meth purple what?
displayed by
Yeah, that's not really a prediction, but
Hollow
you
Earth
know.
phenomena closely resemble that of auroras. What are these? These are light displays that happen as a result of disturbances to the
Yeah,
Earth's magnetosphere
you copied
caused
and
by
pasted
solar
that
wind,
3 times.
which happens to be highly radioactive. And one of the colors that is seen in an aurora spectrum happens to be pink. In addition to a few shades of blue, yellow, and orange, all which we've seen in legendary Godzilla. Other colors, such as the light greens, are also reflected in some of the Hollow Earth's crystals. How does all of this tie in together? Godzilla here could just be simply absorbing one of these forms of energy that already existed in the Hollow Earth, one which
Why
is
does he look
presumed
so
to be a more
skinny
powerful
in this
energy
one?
source. As a result,
Whoa.
the G-Man's dorsal plates, which are responsible for expelling and storing this energy, will now reflect this pink hue. And not only that, something that always matches the color of these dorsals is
Like,
Godzilla's atomic
hold
growth.
on. Like, you see how you see his chest right here, and like his stomach goes inward. His belly has always been like, it goes out like this, and then, you know, to the tail. But here it just like goes, the chest goes out, and then the belly goes in. and it seems like the tail goes right back out. I don't know. That just looks like a weird build. Like he looks so weirdly skinny. Ugh. Just ugh.
Which also happens to be, you guessed it, pink. Or magenta. Note how
he lost weight.
Haven't seen how this pink atomic breath reacts upon hitting the target, but it's likely that it will produce a different type of destructive damage. Is it hotter than the blue? Well, it's hard to tell. Note that blue-colored flames are one of the hottest, if not the hottest in the temperature spectrum. Magenta isn't really found here at all, but looking at the RGB color spectrum, we find that this color is the combination of red and blue, the hottest and the least hottest of these, making the effects of the new atomic ray a mystery, and definitely up for grabs in this.
Yo, this analyzation, or like the however you pronounce it, like the way how he's analyzing this whole thing is absolutely crazy, bro.
So it may or may not be more powerful than Godzilla's blue atomic breath. Back to this clip, we find that this color is not exclusively found in crystals, but in forms of energy that take some sort of organic form as seen here, almost looking like veins of some sort serving as conduits for this energy. Yes, this stuff is probably an extremely strange form of energy that humanity doesn't understand. And perhaps the world is better off leaving this energy to be wielded by just Titans and not humanity. Which brings up the question, is Godzilla the only one wielding this new form of energy? Our best guess...
Bro, look at Godzilla, bro. He looks so freaking fire. Like, look at the claws on him. Look at the spikes on him. Like, dude, that's just so fire.
Probably not, and here's why. Now that we kind of have a good theory of why Godzilla turned pink, we need to think of the purpose behind this evolution. Note that this said more powerful form is probably a response to something that happened before this evolved state. Before, Godzilla used to glow blue, wielding energy that was probably surpassed by another foe. That's right.
Yo, he really just got... Hold on, bro. He just got deep-throated by Kong.
To something that happened before this evolved state. Before, Godzilla
Kong literally made Godzilla deep throat.
Wielding energy that was probably surpassed by another foe. That's
right.
Look at something or someone caused Godzilla to go take a nap and evolve. Perhaps someone who is also wielding this power. Who? Well, it's common knowledge by now that Scar King isn't going to be the only big kaiju around here causing problems. There is some cave art floating around, originally found in Call of Duty's Warzone Godzilla vs. Kong event, showcasing this creature, who was confirmed to be also appearing in Godzilla Kong. This
wait, hold on.
Who was confirmed to be also
what the
appearing in
freak
Godzilla.
Is this? This looks like Ghidorah, except with just one head and one tail. Is this like Ghidorah's like child or something? Like offspring? I don't know.
Kong event showcasing this creature.
When I first saw him, I thought it was Shin Godzilla. No freaking way you really thought that.
This animal of seemingly colossal proportions features what seems to be crystallized formations along its dorsal plates, possibly wielding an energy
how do you think he's
able to best?
See, look, this looks a lot normaler, even though this one does look a little skinny too, but like the chest doesn't go like completely inward and then out with the tail. But it just like it goes out and then it stays a little linear as you go down the tail, you know?
Godzilla's power forcing.
He was pink. He was reddish pink. Ma'am, sir, ma'am, what? Sir, ma'am, what? I don't know. Are we talking about the same? Are we talking about the same Godzilla? Are we talking about the same Godzilla? I mean, I guess the atomic thing was purple, but it wasn't pink. It's the arts. What's good? Welcome to the stream, bro. Yeah, I appreciate you for joining the stream. But yeah, his thing was like, I mean, it was purple, but not pink. Okay, I don't know why he's pink right here. This ain't official source. But yeah, it was purple. And he did like have a fire thing. I don't know. But like, look at the shape of like his body. Look at like his head. Like, look at, like his head is like a 90-degree angle from his neck. Like, look at that. Look at it's like goes up 90-degree angle. Looks nothing like Shin Godzilla. No.
The G-Man to then try to acquire this same energy to even things out. If true, we are seeing Godzilla become more powerful out of necessity and not just because. We'll cover this additional Titan in more depth in a future episode. Subscribe to not miss it. This new energy that we are introduced to did a lot more than just.
Bro, I really
Godzilla
cannot wait for this movie to come out.
The absorption of this energy came with more.
Hold on, when does this movie come out? Hold on. When does Godzilla X Kong? March 29th. It's the 23rd. So I think by the end of my spring break. Like I'm on spring break right now. By the end of my spring break, I think that's when it like happens or when it comes out. And I'm gonna definitely be at the movies to pull up on that, you feel me? This one time on a FNAF stream, me and someone else literally sang Five Nights at Freddy's, but okay.
Interesting side effects. That's right, legendary Godzilla is seen to wake up with a few relative upgrades, if you can call them that. Godzilla is now seen to be a lot more leaner, especially from the abdominal area and thighs.
Yeah.
The advantages of this evolution are the following. Less weight to move around, allowing Godzilla to run even faster than before. This does look a bit bizarre.
Oh god. Yes, I know, killers.
But makes some sense given that these new, less heavy appendages do allow Godzilla to lift his knees higher and make much longer and faster strides.
Yo, the dude really just like
sense given that these new,
just
less heavy
appendages
do allow Godzilla to lift his knees higher and make much longer and faster strides, making him much faster than when he charged Ghidorah in King of the Monsters.
The dude's just speed walking.
Disadvantages of being leaner would be the possibility of being
now
lightweight.
he's like running.
This weight disadvantage would be offset if Godzilla grew much taller, but this doesn't.
Yo, he got like little things on his forearms now.
Exactly seem to be the case. However, one indisputable upgrade is the presence of longer, more muscular armature. Godzilla isn't too bad at using his forelimbs for combat. In fact, he's actually pretty good. But now, in this film, he'll not only have better reach, but also be able to use them as an extra point of stability.
Bro, ain't gonna lie, GVK Godzilla is peak Godzilla, bro. Like the part where you see him crawling out, like crawling, like look at him, he's walking down freaking King Kong. He's walking him down.
To use them as an extra point of stability. Longer arms.
Just straight crawling, and dude was just like, oh, I'm trying to back up. I'm so scared. Dude was just dog walking him. Then straight scratching him, just stepped on him, bro. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Holy. Godzilla's faster now, yeah.
Such as these would easily allow him to take a more effective quadrupedal stance, allowing him to stand up faster, crawl, or even climb. We can expect Godzilla to be an even more fearsome combatant thanks to this new design.
But look at him, he's just running.
This was actually required for Godzilla, since Star King will most likely be a strong and agile combatant. The new Titan? In some cases, it also...
Yeah, what the freak is this? Not gonna lie, this looks like a mix between Ghidorah and Godzilla. You see the little spikes on him? Maybe that's where the crystal stuff came from. I know y'all see the theories. Maybe this is where the crystal stuff came from.
Helps a lot if you're much more agile than the big, heavy opponent. Godzilla has one last set of upgrades courtesy of his last evolutionary nap. If we look closely, we'll see that Godzilla evolved to have more thorny skin, most notably on the brows. These glowing formations were not there before, making him look more fearsome. Additionally, another spiky upgrade seems to be on the tail. If Godzilla's tail wasn't already OP, capable of flooring 100
Wait, what?
and beyond, making him in most If we look closely, we'll see that Godzilla evolved to have more thorny skin, most notably on the brows. These glowing formations were not there before, making him look more fearsome. Additionally, another spiky upgrade seems to be on the tail. If Godzilla's tail wasn't already OP, capable of flooring 121,000-ton kaijus with one swipe, this tail is now armed with thagomizers, a total of 4 to 6 dorsal plates that appear on the tips of this tail. Anything on the receiving end of this will have to endure the entire force of this tail on these. Anything on a total of 4 to 6 dorsal plates that appear on the tips of this tail. Anything on the receiving end of this will have to endure the entire force of this tail on these smaller tips, making this a potentially lethal weapon that can kill with one well-placed hit. We've seen what a supercharged dorsal can do. Now imagine what a dorsal packed with centrifugal force, high temperatures, and sharp tips can do. Death is found on the end of this tail. If you intend dorsal can don't want to miss
this dude Godzilla just became a freaking Stegosaurus.
The next breakdown, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
He really just became a freaking Stegosaurus.
Found on the end of this tail.
Look at it. He's literally a Stegosaurus now.
Enjoyed this episode and don't want to miss the next breakdown, don't forget to subscribe.
And then we got freaking King Kong with his Infinity Gauntlet. Like, holy. But yeah, that's that video, you know. I'm so excited to see it. I can't wait. You know.